All right, so welcome back to episode 2 of Doors Open. Today we're going to be joined by my best friend Sam. He is a guy from London, 20 something years old. We'll just leave it at that. And he's one of my best friends, actually. And bringing him on as my first guest has been quite an eye-opening experience because although I've known him for a few years, he hasn't really talked about, racism and injustice from his side. And I was kind of very, very impressed by the courage that he had to speak up. And I respect him generally as a human being, but now he's kind of grown in my eyes as a person a lot more. So I'm going to let him do the talking. He's going to tell you the story where we started from, and then we're going to move on to some other elements that we've talked about throughout this little interview that we had.
There's a couple stories I can probably tell you about where I've faced injustice. Um, but one that had a real big impact on me was when I think I was about 13.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was out with a mixture of friends, some black, some white, all like just helpless kids playing about outside. And then my mom asked me to go to the shop, and we're still carrying these. We were playing around with sticks at this time, so we're still carrying these sticks, walking towards the shop. You know how it is. Like, one of your friends goes to the shop, the whole gang goes.
The whole gang's got to come to the shop. Yeah, it doesn't work otherwise.
Oh.
So this was in London, right?
Yeah, this is in
Yeah.
London.
Yeah.
This is near Wood Green. Um, so we're walking down the street, all of us still carrying our sticks, like not a care in the world. You get me? Just vibes in. Um, and then out of nowhere, a police car pulls up next to us, and starts like shouting at us, get down, put down the sticks." I think the youngest one of us was about 10 at the time, so he didn't understand what was going on, and he was holding the stick like this and was just playing. At this time, like, so it's about three of us are black. I think two two other guys that we were with were white at the time. At the time, we're saying, "Look, we're just playing. Like, relax." But they're not listening to us
Mm-hmm.
until like my white friends spoke up. Our dialogue didn't reach them at all. I remember on that day, since I was one of the oldest, I felt like I had to protect everyone,
Mm-hmm.
and it created a very bad relationship between how I perceive the police and like the relationship I'm meant to have with people who are meant to be civil servants.
And are you talking about that as a moment there or afterwards in general, their relationship?
There,
Yeah.
there and then, because I remember being really anxious. I
Mm-hmm.
remember I thought I was calm, but I was actually shouting.
Right.
Yeah. So just because they weren't listening, and on top of that, they looked like they were about to attack my friend that was saying that we're just playing.
Yeah.
The response wasn't the right response to have towards little kids.
It was really impressive hearing him talk about it all and incredibly eye-opening. I could never imagine that someone so close to me could have gone through such things in his childhood. And naturally we went on to talk about how that has affected him nowadays and how he lives his nowadays, how he behaves, whether he takes any sort of precautions or extra care when he goes out and things, so on and so forth, and whether he treats people in a different way or looks at people in a different way because of it. And so this is what he had to say about it.
Now, I live by, I treat people the way I would like to be treated. Um, but I do know there's definitely the whole anxiety and the psychological effects of um, my relationship with the police. I don't see them as someone that I can call when I need help. They'll be, I don't even think they're on the list when it comes to if I needed help, who would I call? They're
No.
not there. The fact is, the police force see a black man and see them as a threat,
Mm-hmm.
see them as aggressors, because not only has the laws and history presented it that way, but
Yeah.
media has presented it that way. What we see every day has given connotations of a black man being aggressive, or a thug, a criminal in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the stereotype they see in their head. That's that's the same reason why shopkeepers follow around a young black man. If like I'll go into a shop, even a couple of days ago, I went into Morrison's. Literally, I was in my jogging, in my tracksuit, my Puma tracksuit. I'm listening to music, having a good time, buying my shopping. You know how I am. I love my food. So, but the security guard followed me throughout the whole shop. I was like, "Are you okay?" Like until you until you actually notice them and say something, they will keep their eyes on you because I fit a profile of your stereotypical criminal.
Yeah.
Because that's the profile you guys have created.
I think it's quite fair to assume that, this whole issue hasn't really been resolved over the past 13, 14, 15 years or so. And, the aftershock is still felt to this day. However, the conversation tended to shift naturally towards what solutions or suggestions might he have towards making this world a better place and towards creating an environment where these things don't happen anymore. And so this is what he had to say about it all.
There's only one way for it to change. I was actually explaining this to a friend a couple of days ago. Uh, there needs to be laws and legislations in place that will help the people. See, the facts are that police are abusing their power and going too far with certain things they do. They're stopping it. They stop and search any black man they see and saying they fit a profile. That's that's not how it works. They even
So when
need
you're
a better
talking
profile.
when you're talking about people, are you talking about people as a whole or just minorities right now?
I mean, people as a whole,
Right.
because we're not looking for segregation. We're looking for equality. This is the thing that people are missing sometimes. So, like I said, the protest and everything is beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, there's a point where you're spreading hate instead of love,
Yeah.
and this whole thing's meant to be love. It's meant to be we're humans, love us like humans, not we're humans, stop hating us like you, like we're not.
It was truly, truly eye opening and very moving to listen to Sam's stories. And, I hope that you guys will join me so I can find out more of these things. But at this point, the interview was kind of coming to an end. I couldn't really hold that neutral of a stance in the whole thing, especially considering that he's a really good friend of mine. So I decided to kind of cut it there. But this next bit that we talked about was actually after the interview, which is why you're going to see my face in it as well. And I just think that it deserved its own airtime. I think that this next bit was so incredibly concise and so powerful that, if there's one thing that you get out of this whole video, it's just this next part. So here it is.
My mindset is stuck on the fact that this the reason people get tired of this whole racist talk, this whole conversation about racism, is because it has a lot of negativity behind it. So people get tired about it. Like I know a lot of people are tired of social media right now
Yeah.
because that's all they're seeing. And really, I understand because what's being brought is the negativity. People are not seeing the union it's bringing. People are not seeing, oh, how much impact it's having for other people, like how uplifting it is for the black man. I'm not gonna lie, for the ethnic minorities, they're
Yeah.
they're feeling, oh, that people actually care, but they won't completely feel that way until there's actual change.
Yeah.
Like people are making they're making small steps towards that, and that's appreciated. But real change is what's needed. So knowing, okay, your government has racist people in it, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Knowing your family has people who don't understand, what are you gonna do about it? Knowing personally you don't know how to deal with the guilt of the ancestry, what are you going to do about it? And I think that's now a psychological effect that, and a psychological burden that everyone's holding. Black people are angry, white people are feeling guilty, but it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
I, the black people don't need to feel angry anymore. I'm gonna be honest. When I say this, I mean they they shouldn't be angry. They should want change. Because anger doesn't bring change. This is what people don't get. If if I was an angry black person, I wouldn't be able to talk to anyone. I wouldn't be able to use my voice and bring the awareness around.
And then you wouldn't be able to cause that change that you just mentioned. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the same with white people. They shouldn't feel guilty anymore. I'm gonna be honest. They should just want action. It's not about guilt. It's not about fear. It's not about anger. It's about accountability now. Are we being accountable for each other as humans? Not about what race we are. How accountable are we? That is what really matters.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your time, actually. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I thought it was as an experience for you as it was for me. I apologize for the length of the video. There was a lot to talk about, and I didn't really want to cut everything out. I was going to display it over 2 videos, but I just thought that having 1 speaker per video would be the best idea. At the moment, I've got a couple of other people lined up, but if you've liked the video and you would like to see more of it, please just share it with your friends so I can get people to talk about it as well, because I'm only one person, and this movement is not really about me, so I'm trying to get people to speak up their own mind about everything. What I'm going to do right now is I'll leave you guys with our concluding part in the interview. This is just basically Sam's last thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed everything, like I said, and I hope you just stick around for the next one.
I think it's beautiful. Everyone's researching and empowering themselves. I also think that everyone should continue to do that and not let it be just a phase or a temporary movement. And I think everyone should use their voice. I think everyone should remember that your voice is valuable. It is valuable. And speak up, have these difficult conversations, and then see where we can place change, see where we can make change.